Okay, today we're going to be reviewing exponents, and we're going to be talking about the base change problems. That's the higher algebra stuff. That's the hard stuff. If you stay with me, I think you'll get it by the end of the hour. We only had like 3 of those on the homework last night. Just since you have it out in front of you, it was 4, B, C, and D. Those were the hard ones. How many of you felt confident that you knew what you were doing on those? Okay, that's about 7 people. Okay, out of 30. So that's why we're going to do more of that. And then today, the new stuff is the red thing here, canceling and negative exponents. So basically, you got to be good at doing a lot of canceling, manipulating of exponents, including negative exponents. All right, let's start by reviewing some exponent properties. These should be like nothing, easy, like zip, zip, so I don't even want to write them down. This time, just answer kind of as a group. Don't be like the first person to like blurt it out in front of everybody. I don't need you to be faster than everybody, but try to just sort of all say it together. If I had a to the third to the second, what would that be? A to the what? A to the sixth. Good. Okay, what if I had a to the second times a to the second? What would that be? All right. What if it was a to the 13th times a to the 7th? What would that be? All right. What if it was a to the 5th over a to the 8th? Be careful. I'm hearing a to blah, 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 because you guys are saying different things. Some of you are saying a to the negative third. Are they right? And are you supposed to leave your answer with the negative exponent, though? No. So a to the negative third really isn't a good answer because it's not in proper form. 1 over a to the third would be a good answer. Raise your hand if you think that that's correct. Good. Then that's some of the basic ones. Let's go to a little bit more advanced property ones. If I had 2 to the x and 2 to the 5th, this would be really easy. What would you know x was? X must be 5. Okay, because this has to be the same as this if the bases are the same. So then it follows that if I had the exponents that were, if the exponents are both 5, for instance, and then I say this is x and I say this is 12, if the exponents are both the same, what do we know about the bases? They have to be the same. So wouldn't x have to be 12? All right, good. All right, so that's properties. Now let's talk about this next part, which is where you are trying to make an exponential equation you're trying to solve an exponential. Okay, an exponential has an x in the exponent, and the only way you can do that is if you can make those bases equal to each other. Then we can make the exponents equal to each other. There's no exponent over here though, but there really is. It's a 1. Okay, so I'd like you to write this one down, please. This is called base change. We need to change the base of one of these guys, or maybe both of them. Can I write that 8 as a 4 to a power? No, so that's not going to work because I can't use 4 for the base, but I could use 2. So here's what you do. Underneath your 8s and your 4, just write this. And I left it blank because I need to change both the 8 and the 4 to have a new base. What would be a good base for both of them? 2. So write a 2 in there, but with a question mark as its exponent. Now we've got their bases right. I just got to figure out what the question marks are, and then I'll have it. You see what I'm saying? So what's the question mark in this one, the left one? 3. And what's the question mark on the right one? And now use what you know about these properties to say that's 2 to the 3x equals 2 to the 2 times 1 is 2. And now I know the bases are the same, so that has to equal that. So 3x equals 2, and x equals 2/3. Do you understand what we just did there? All right. Try that one. Might stretch you a little bit. I'm going to pause while you work on it. Okay, so I hope you realized that the 2 has a chance of being the base, or the 1/2 has a chance of being the base. So I don't need to rewrite that. I need to rewrite that 1/4 as a different base. And remember, if you want it to be a certain way, well, then write it that way. Say, if I want it to be a 1/2, make it a 1/2. Don't struggle with what should I put there. Put a 1/2 there. And the only thing you have to struggle with is what needs to go there in the question mark spot to make it true. And what is it? 1/2 to the what is 1/4 squared. 1/2 to the 2. All right. So then you're left with that equals that. 2x equals 2 and x equals 1. Raise your hand if you had it right. Good. Okay. I think you guys are awesome at those. Let's see if you can handle that one. So I hope you noticed that the 5/2 was kind of like this 4/25. So of the 2, you probably should have picked the 4/25 to change into a 5/2. You could do it a different way if you want to, as long as you get the right answer at the end. Okay, and I'm going to make this 5/2 just because I want it to be like this. So you just do it. Make it like that, except I got to put it to a power to make that happen, right? So what question mark do I need? What do I need for the question mark? I need it to flip, and I need it to get squared. And so what would do that? -2. And so now I've got the bases are equal, so the powers have to be equal. X equals -6. Raise your hand if you had that one right. Good. You're making excellent progress. Okay, now let's see if you can hang in here for the last 4 slides and you're ready to do your homework. That's a to the 0. 1. And 1b to the 5th, c to the -2nd. So we don't really need to say 1 in front. We can just say b to the 5th, c to the -2nd. True or false? Kind of true, but kind of false. Why is it kind of false? Can't have a negative exponents in your answer. So it's b to the 5th, what? Over c to the 2nd. There you go. Because it's not happy where it is. It needs to go live in the basement. See, it was over a 1 before. Now we put the c squared down in the basement. All right, moving on to this one. This one looks big, but there's one thing that's really nice. There's no negatives in it. Okay, so this will be fairly easy. Let's just do this quick. The 27 turns into 9 times 3. Why am I doing that? Because 9 times 2 for 18. Now the 9s can cancel. That's just a different way of reducing. If you like it, use it. If you want to use your other way, go ahead. I got 3/2 left. And here I got x to the 3 and x to the 8. And I can cancel off 3 of those x's so that I don't have any left up here anymore. And I had 8 of them, but if 3 of them cancel off, I'll only have 5 of them left. And of the y's, I can cancel off this y with one of these y's. So there was y to the 5, now it's y to the 4. And this z can cancel off one of these z's and makes it to the 3rd. Final answer, 3y to the 4th over 2x to the 5th, z to the 3rd. Okay? All right. Now, I could have wrote that out with a whole bunch of little x's and you know, like this 3x, x, x, y, 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 all over 2x, x, 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 and y, and a z, 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 z. That way is awesome, too. If you want to use this when you get stuck, 3 of them. I thought there were 4 z's. Oh, there's a z. I see. Yeah, there is also a z on top. You are correct. Okay. And so I was canceling off 3 x's, and then I'm canceling off these 3 x's, and then I'm canceling off 1 y, and then I got 4 z's to, oh, no, only 1 z can cancel. And I think that's right, isn't it? All right, now we give you the same answer as that. So either way is fine, but if you get stuck, that's a good way. All right, let's try this one. I'm going to pause while you work on this one on your scratch paper or on your notes. Well, this is a good way to start. I've done the cubing on the bottom, and now I got unhappy m's. They're negative on top. I'm going to get them down to the bottom where they can be happy, and they'll be positive m's. And these 12 negative m's need to go to the top. So I'll have 2m to the 12th on top over 8m to the 4th on the bottom. Then I can do some canceling, and I'll have 2 m to the 8th over 8m, or 8, that's gone, and then 1 m to the 8th over 4.